Newcastle draw at Crystal Palace shows owners must have 3 January transfer priorities. Newcastle United's struggles continued despite axing beleaguered boss Steve Bruce this week as the Magpies only managed to salvage a 1-1 draw at Crystal Palace on Saturday. The result leaves Newcastle marooned in the Premier League relegation zone as their wait for a first league win of the season continues. The hosts dominated for the majority of the opening period but struggled to find that elusive breakthrough, with the Magpies' leaky defense standing firm. But they were breached just minutes into the second half after Christian Benteke powered home a cross to nudge the Eagles ahead. Callum Wilson fired home a spectacular acrobatic equalizer to draw the visitors level just after the hour mark. After dominating the second half, Palace looked to have won it when Benteke struck again 3 minutes from time, only for VAR to rule it out for a foul. Assistant coach Graham Jones has been handed the reins on a temporary basis as the new St James Park hierarchy search for a new boss, with former AS Roma chief Paulo Fonseca tipped for the role. Man City boss Pep Guardiola considers Brighton title rivals, they are the same, but Saturday's showing at Selhurst Park, following last Sunday's defeat against Tottenham, will leave Newcastle's new Saudi Arabian-backed owners in doubt over the enormity of the task they face to turn things around on Tyneside, with 3 pressing priorities for them to consider ahead of the transfer window reopening in the new year. Express Sport has taken a look at what the Newcastle owners need to do in January to improve the side's fortunes. Only Norwich conceded more than the 19 goals Newcastle had shipped prior to this weekend's round of fixtures. The Canaries may now have a worse defensive record after their 7-goal surrender against Chelsea, but Newcastle's goals against column still makes for grim reading. Bolstering a fragile defensive unit should without doubt be the first priority for the new Toon board once the January transfer window opens in a couple of months' time. It's hard to see Newcastle halting their miserable start to the season unless that happens, regardless of who the Magpies have in their dugout. Don't miss Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel confirms interest in signing Haaland as Lukaku strike partner. Zinedine Zidane told Man United during personal phone call in international break. Liverpool deal to sign Leicester's 4-goal hero Patson Daka collapsed over 2 stars. Newcastle struggled to muster anything of note for the majority of the game against Palace. Creativity isn't the most pressing concern for the Magpies, who have the potent pairing of Wilson and Alan Saint-Maximin leading the line. But striking the right balance behind them is something that certainly needs addressing. Joe Willock has struggled to replicate his stunning form from last season after his £25 million move this summer, and the Toon midfield is also desperately lacking the steel needed to grind out results at places like Selhurst Park. Newcastle struggled to keep the ball in the first half and were dominated by Palace, with the visitors mustering just 22% in the possession ranks. Whoever is tasked with taking Newcastle forward could do with identifying an all-rounder who can help the Magpies' non-existent midfield take control of games. Follow our new Daily Express Sport Instagram page Harrops, www.instagram.com/dexpress_sport/Palace finished just a point and 1 place below Newcastle in the Premier League last season. But after a summer of smart investment and the guidance of a new head coach in the form of Patrick Vieira, the Eagles are flying high this term. They look a completely different prospect to the side that have struggled at the wrong end of the table in the past few years. Palace's impressive evolution in such a short space of time can be the perfect blueprint for Newcastle's new hierarchy ahead of the January transfer window. After years of operating on a meager budget, it's clear this squad is in need of major renovation. But that doesn't mean January should be an all-out splurge, and Saturday's opponents are the perfect example of that. Pick up your free Panini official